What is up, you guys? Miami Hurricanes time. Back out here with another video. This is breaking news. Jess Simpson, the defensive lineman coach at the U, has left the NFL. Those of you are wondering and curious where he's gone, it's probably the Falcons. I wish him all the best. Thank you so much for what you've done for the U. Thank you so much. And it was a short stint. Wish we could have had you longer, but I hope you have much success wherever you go with your endeavors, Simpson. So here's the deal. He's gone, and we're 2 weeks away from spring practice. Can you believe, guys? Just a little 2 weeks away from spring practice. Who's the guy filling in? The guy's name is Todd Stroud. Now, Todd Stroud is coming in from Akron. Akron Zips was their name. They are a MAC team. Whole staff where he was at was fired after a 4-8 season. So it may not be 100% his fault. He actually did some good stuff. His resume, I'm not going to say he's a splash hire of any sorts. It's a little spotty. There's good and bad for sure. But the stuff that stood out for me was he's been at the game for a while. I mean, he has a lot of years of experience. He's about 55, I believe. He was 7 years at Akron, the defensive lineman coach, and then the coordinator. So he didn't do too bad. He has a very similar defensive philosophy as Diaz, and Diaz talked about it. He said, look, this is just continuity for the program. We're doing great at defense side ball. He has the same exact mentality and philosophy that aligns with ours, hence he was hired. And they were third down in defense in the MAC. They were third also in passing efficiency defense. In fact, in 2015, they were third nationally for rushing defense and first in the MAC. So he's got good stuff on his resume. He was also at Colorado State for a bit and NC State. NC State, he had a couple of first-rounders actually go to the NFL that he taught. So that's really good and important. He was not always a defensive lineman coach. He's been ever a coordinator, different position groups he's done. But he's also one that really stood out to me the most. He's a strength and conditioning coach. There's an interesting story on this guy. He actually had a very rare form of, I believe, blood cancer is what it was. And he fought that and came over it, and it's pretty impressive. His wife was talking about, look, this guy was on his knees just puking. It was bad. I mean, cancer is a tough thing, but he never stopped working out. He had a winning mentality and kept pushing on, and it's an incredible story. It's interesting that this guy now is our defensive lineman coach. So, welcome to the U, Todd. Thank you so much for joining us. We're excited to see you here, what you can do. I'm not too worried, guys. In my personal opinion, I think we have so much talent at the defensive line. Todd is just going to fill in and do just well, just fine and dandy. I like the fact that he's a strength and conditioning coach. He's got a fire to him, a sense of urgency. Now, he had a decent amount of success and a lot of experience. But here's the tie. I went in on the deep scoop and like, where did this guy come from? How is it that we had, boom, Simpson's gone, boom, Todd's in? How did that happen? So, him and Manny Diaz coached at the same staff at NC State. Now, Manny Diaz was, I believe, just a GA basically there. And it's funny now, Manny Diaz is the head coach, the man of the job, and this guy's under here, a defensive lineman coach. But the other thing is, he's got huge ties to Mark Richt. I'm not sure if Richt had anything to do with this hire, but he was roommates with Mark Richt back when they were in school. He was actually a groomsman at his wedding. They have connections there. He's from Florida State too, as Diaz was also there at the school. So there's a connection between Diaz and Richt. He's been looking for a job since December, basically, when the whole staff was fired at Akron. So I'm not sure if the failure there was in credit to him. I don't think so. He was really successful there in 2015, helped them be third national. They won a championship in 2017 at MAC. So it's not bad at all. It's pretty interesting. I think the biggest question to me, though, is recruiting. Jess Simpson was such a great recruiter. Very good. And he was a splash hire, in my opinion, when he came over with those ties that he has for recruiting. Todd's going to have to prove his worth, and he can do that, and he can recruit well. I don't think we'll be too worried because we've been recruiting really well on the defensive lineman side of the ball. It'll probably continue to be well. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Welcome, Todd, to the U. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. Please subscribe. I'd appreciate it all. We're live streaming tonight. Stick around for that. We'll be talking all in on Miami and Todd and everything that's going on. If you haven't checked out the new shirts that we dropped, check those links down below. Guys, college football is a fun and crazy world. Sometimes great stuff happens, sometimes not. Sometimes coaches leave, sometimes transfers come in. You never know. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's always all about the U.